So, Bryan, I think we are ready to get into the good stuff. We're going to talk
Oh
about
my good.
vinyl wrapping techniques. Are you ready?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I think I'm ready.
All
Yeah,
right,
no, we're
man.
ready. We got some cool stuff for you guys. So just kind of give you an overview. I think that when we talk about vinyl wrapping, there's always a lot of questions for this, and this is something that takes practice and finesse. It's not, if you look at a router technique or fiberglassing or even whatever CAD work. It's not as such a high level of skill that you have to acquire. You can push a piece of wood through a router bit, and we all pretty much get the same results. I guess that's how you configure it. But wrapping material takes time and it takes practice, and it's like sewing or any other craft. The time that you put in on learning and developing your skill set will always pay off in the long run. So whatever time you put in, you get back. And so some guys are like, "Man, I'm not good at vinyl wrapping." Well, none of us are at the beginning. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes finesse, and that's what we want to talk about is some strategy. There is some tricks, there are some ways and technique, I will say, to kind of go about it. And then a lot of it is building your panels so they can be wrapped. You can build the craziest thing in the world, and then you go to try to wrap it, and it's a fail. Or I'm just going to paint it because I couldn't wrap it. That's a fail. So when we look at panels, they're like, oh, obviously they painted it because it's impossible to wrap fabric on that panel. So our strategy is to think about the radiuses, think about the seams. You'll look at a lot of the builds that we've done over the years, and you might see an aluminum stripe right through the middle of it, or a stitch line, or some type of transition of color where it goes dark to light. That's actually a strategy because it might be too difficult of a panel to wrap all in one piece, and so we're breaking up the panel, which I think makes it look more interesting and gives it more three dimension. But it also, it just helps you cover it so it's flawless and it's successful, and that's, I guess, a big strategy. I am a huge fan of having different materials in one panel. So that Falcon template, this is a just a scaled down version. It's like the kind of the inside version of that, and you can see some of the dimension here. You've got mesh, this inside layer, and it's got this bullnose, so they're kind of spaced horizontally across here, and it just gives you that dimension. This is that 3M vinyl wrap. So this piece has to be, it's actually wood that's primered and painted. It's not painted, it's just primered and sanded up to at least 600 grit. And then we wrapped it with that 3M vinyl, and it has like this aluminum look. It's really cool. I think that's a cool look done right. It looks awesome. And then a black vinyl on the outside. So you're looking at four different materials on just this one piece, but it's only 3/4 of an inch thick. So that's my favorite, is to make something that is relatively flat and light, and very, very little body filler. I mean, it's just a skim coat of body filler. That's smart. This gives you a lot of bang for the buck on the look of it, the idea of it, and just some of the machining. But let's talk about some of these parts and pieces.
Thank you for watching this clip from one of our previous episodes of School of Fab. Here at School of Fab, we have live trainings covering custom fabrication, industry news, and community discussions. To watch the full episode and past episodes, check out the link down in the video description. And to make sure that you are notified of our next public live event, join our email list on our website, schooloffab.com.